Okay, the market opening then this morning, and it is indeed a gap down start, but I don't think my screen is refreshing. Nikunj, if I could request you to take over, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Happening in the market right now, and what really is putting pressure. If we can just bring up the list of losers. Yesterday, remember, turned out to be a great session for the entire metals pack. So let's see whether metals are beginning to cave in, or is metal as a trade actually resilient. Remember, yesterday from the likes of a Tata Steel to a Hindalco, they were all holding out very, very smartly in trade. And that is one pocket that you're going to look out for. Also, Reliance, with the kind of leg up that you had from Reliance and over 4.5% move coming in the stock alone, let's see where Reliance as well is up to in trade, or for that matter, what's happening to private banks and whether they are the ones which has typically been the case since the post-budget rally, that on the way down as well, it's been banks, and on the way up as well, it's been banks. So let's see whether banks are really the ones which are dragging the markets lower. ICICI Bank, Axis, Kotak, HDFC Bank, SBI will just come up for you on your screens. Abha, what else are you spotting?
Okay, let's take a look. As of now, it's definitely looking like a slow and steady start, a little bit of weakness as was anticipated. So I'm just going to take a look at some of the pressure points first. Just in terms of, we've got a couple of those metal names, of course, as you mentioned, as well as a couple of those financials. Tata Motors also down about 2% right now. And clearly it's metals all the way that are on the lower side. What's holding out for the moment? Few gainers. Let's just pull those up for you on your screen right now and take a look as well at some of the pockets of green. We're still seeing declines overtake as of now, and 900 declines outpacing those advances, down about 1.5% as we speak this morning. Remember, this is coming off the back of what we saw overnight on Wall Street as well. Metals taking the biggest hit this morning and financials following suit. That seems to be the overall trend right now. Some stocks holding out. Gujarat Ambuja Exports is up 7-8%. Deepak Nitrite, ONGC is holding out. Sun Pharma, Adani, group names, in fact, a couple of them, and an IRCTC are showing up just off the bat. Aisha.
Yeah, metals are dragging and banks are dragging. The sectors which were on the way up yesterday. By the way, we're down 215 points for the Nifty futures, 15,083 after a print at 15,300 plus yesterday. In fact, it's almost an inverse move of what you saw on the screens yesterday, with only 15 names standing to the advances and 143 to the declines. Remember, yesterday it was the exact opposite picture than what you're seeing this morning. The only handful of movers, Deepak Nitrite back in the green, 3.5% higher. Adani Ports, Concor, IRCTC and ONGC. So a clutch of new F&O entrants, oil sensitives and PSUs once again, which are taking the lead. Nalco, HDFC Bank, HDFC, SAIL, Tata Steel. These are your big drag points. Kunal, almost reversed all of yesterday's gains. Around 15,050 is where we actually saw the big move happen. 15,084 now. Do you sense any rebound could happen in the late hour perhaps today? Or do you think today is going to be a weekday largely?
Yeah, actually, I think surprisingly the gash towards the gap down is not as intense as probably what the SGX Nifty and the Asian markets had sort of painted. So many of the stocks like the high beta pockets have not opened on a severe kind of a gap down. They're down just a couple of percentage points, and some of them are actually going through a recovery mode as well. In fact, the largest loser on the on the F&O side so far at least is HDFC and HDFC Bank, and they're down 2.5% odd. So that itself tells you the kind of texture. It's not that the high beta pockets and the mid cap ones are the ones which are going through some selling pressure, which means in effect that the markets could probably balance it out closer to 15,000 levels. So maybe there could be a touch and go movement towards the 15,000 mark, and today being the weekly expiry as well, I think it could also be another factor to try and play out. So there are a couple of important points to note. One of them, of course, is the 15,000 support level, and the other is the behavior of the premium, for the current month. So Yesterday, the premium at one point was almost 55 to 60 points on the Nifty futures. That at the start has come back to almost 25-30 points. So we need to see whether there is narrowing of this premium or an increase of premium. That could probably tell the direction for the markets for the rest part of the day.